Welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast, a podcast for Canadian small businesses. We interview Canadian experts and entrepreneurs to provide expert insight into marketing, innovation, business leadership, technology, and trends that impact small businesses.
Hello everyone, this is Kripa, Anand, and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. Joining us today is Miryam Lazarte, General Partner at GSA Ventures and founder and CEO of global startups Accelerator. Miryam, welcome to the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. An honor to be here.
What are the main differences in venture capital between Canada and other markets? And from that, I'm sure you have a lot of observations that you've made on your way, right? So what advice would you give to Canadian entrepreneurs to attract investors beyond a great idea? Go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, about the differences, I think Canadian venture capitals have been sitting in a gold mine for a while, and they have not just
realized
that. That's why we are believers that we need to raise the next generation of investors. In fact, GSR Ventures, we don't have regular investors or LPs entering into the fund. I just opposed to that. I wanted to train a new generation of investors to enter into the fund because we need a new vision. We need people that will take risk. The proximity with the US makes any market to compare themselves with that particular market. That particular market has some exceptional and unique circumstances that make them more powerful or more dynamic or whatever. Canada has its own particular circumstances, and again, it has the good and the bad and the ugly as many other markets. As any other mature market, I think Canada is probably in a great position to raise more venture capital, but regulation is one of the things that is not helping right now Canadian venture capital and angel investors to double down in investments and all that. I think this conversation will be great for somebody like John Ruffalo, who speaks up and loud about regulation and making the Canadian venture capital more accessible for people that want to invest. But if you go to emerging markets, Canadian investors are less conservative than emerging market investors. And Canadian investors also follow the rules of venture capital when emerging markets tend to be the Wild West. Sometimes we don't follow the rules completely because it's more uncertainty. There are more crises happening and it's different. A fair comparison will be probably with Europe. Europe has way more regulations and it's way more difficult, in my point of view, to raise capital there. So for both investors and startups, my recommendation is get support, get training, get community. Community is all about helping each other, knowing some other cases, understanding deeply what type of investor really, if you are looking for an investor, what type of investor really match your company. Is not just about asking money to somebody because has the investor LinkedIn profile. And you just have to look for the right thesis and the right person that can help you to achieve more goals in the future. And for aspiring investors, it's the same thing. Look for community. We need to be working more closely. There is a community here of investors. We know each other. And I think we need to work with preparing new wave of investors because it's not just a small amount of people that are going to make the ecosystem thrive.
Whether you're just getting started or already established, UPS is here to help you make the most of your time. Their services, tools, expertise, and team of UPS small business ambassadors can help businesses of all sizes simplify processes, improve customer experience, and guide you on the path to growth. My name's Elaine Tancomo, founder of Easy Daisy's Daily Visual Schedules for Kids, and I want to invite you to visit ups.com to learn more and save up to 52% or more on shipping. This is a paid advertisement.